Boris Johnson insists today heralds a new chapter in Britain's history, turning the page on the rancour and division of 2019 and looking forward to a fantastic year and a remarkable decade for the country. The Prime Minister in his New Year message stresses how taking Britain out of the EU by the end of the month will be the first item on the UK government's agenda for 2020. However, he makes clear that thereafter his number one priority will be boosting the NHS, stressing how he has heard the message of the electorate from the general election loud and clear. After hailing the promise of what the new year will bring, heralded by the bongs of Big Ben, Mr. Johnson says, as we say goodbye to 2019 we can also turn the page on the division, rancour and uncertainty which has dominated public life and held us back for far too long. We can start a new chapter in the history of our country, in which we come together and move forward united, unleashing the enormous potential of the British people. The PM explains that the first item in the government's in tray is fulfilling the will of the people as expressed in the 2016 referendum. This should have happened already, but we were thwarted by a parliament determined to use every trick in the book to stop us leaving the EU. Now we have a new parliament, elected by the people to deliver the people's priorities, which will finally respect the referendum and deliver Brexit. So, we'll get Brexit done before the end of this month. That oven-ready deal I talked about so much during the election campaign has already had its plastic covering pierced and been placed in the microwave. Mr. Johnson refers to how the new government has already begun its work with the Brexit bill already on its way through the House of Commons with a pledge to waste no time in finishing the job. He declares, "At long last we will take back control of our laws, borders, money and trade. Then we can finally spend 2020 getting on with delivering on the people's priorities, boosting the NHS with the biggest cash injection in its history, renewing schools, backing scientists, building better infrastructure, controlling immigration, making our streets safer, cleaning up our environment, and making our union stronger." The PM says the loudest message he heard during the election campaign was people expected the new Tory administration to protect and improve the NHS. The NHS is a wonderful British invention, there for us and our families when we are ill, whatever our background and regardless of ability to pay. So, the NHS will always be my top priority. Our first actions will be to pass a bill enshrining in law a record funding settlement for the NHS, providing an extra £34 billion a year. We will undertake the largest hospital building programme in living memory, delivering 40 new. For more on this story, visit the news article link.